Well, new today, some are wondering whether we're going to see another indoor mask mandate. A highly contagious version of the Omicron variant is spreading throughout the state, and case counts and related hospitalizations are increasing too.
Fox 13's Matt Markovich joining us now in the newsroom with more on what the future could hold. Matt.
Well, a key metric Governor Inslee used to insist on mask mandates in the past has now been surpassed. Right now, state health officials are only strongly suggesting everyone wear a mask indoors.
Are we headed for a mask mandate again? At this weekend's Folklife Festival, all indoor venues required masks and proof of vaccination. There's no statewide mandate, but organizers chose to do it anyway.
And if we're not taking care of our people, if we're not taking care of our community, then we're not doing it right.
The governor announced Wednesday he has COVID. So does the lieutenant governor. A week earlier, the governor said,
"This is a wily beast. We're going to make decisions every day based on the best available science, and that's what we're doing."
2 months ago, the science-first governor said he would lift the statewide mask mandate if COVID hospitalizations dropped to 5 per 100,000. It was 2.5 on March 21st, the day the mandate was lifted. Now it's at 7 and trending upward.
We are not returning to any broad mask requirement at this time, but we are strongly recommending that masks be worn in crowded or confined indoor spaces.
However, in March, when the mandate was lifted, Seattle-King County's chief medical officer believed the 5 per 100,000 metric was too high, should be lower to protect more people.
I am a little bit concerned about what seems to be a high hospitalization threshold for triggering implementation of community measures like masking.
In Los Angeles County, the hospitalization rate is lower than Washington at 4.5 per 100,000. Still, schools on their own, like UCLA, have just mandated masking indoors.
Masks on in class is a small price to pay to really mitigate the infections very significantly.
Last week, Governor Inslee said he's watching the state's hospitalization metric.
At the moment, we do not see it getting into that zone where our hospitals cannot function at the moment.
But more Washington counties are moving from green to yellow in the CDC's COVID risk assessment map. And COVID transmissions look real bad. Nearly every county in the red, indicating high transmission rates.
It is hard to predict in which direction it will go, but I will tell you that you'll start to see increases in communities throughout Washington. None of us are immune to this. It's just a matter of the protections that we put in place.
Right now, the spread of COVID is happening faster on the west side of the state than the east. The governor is set to attend an event on the east side in the Tri-Cities on Thursday. That would be 8 days after he was diagnosed with COVID. His own health department recommends isolating the first 5 days after a positive diagnosis, then wear a mask from day 6 to 10. We'll see if the governor follows that advice after contracting what he calls the wily beast. Matt Markovich, Fox 13 News.